I want to make a zine so bad, but I don't know what to make it about. I was going through my comments the other day and I saw so many comments of people inspired to make zines, but having no idea where to start. I just want to remind you that you can make a zine about anything. I know it's hard to trust yourself at first, especially if you're new to zines. You're just like, oh, well, I see a bunch of cool zines online, or I buy a lot of cool zines from my local bookstore, or, you know, maybe you see my zines and you think they have to be a certain way. They don't. I'm just going to show you some zine examples. Hopefully you could gain some inspiration from it and see the spectrum of what your zines could really be. And if you see an idea you like, just take it. Just take it. I hate this notion that people don't want to share their process or share their ideas because they think someone's going to steal it. I feel like only amateurs really think that way, because if you're a true creative, you're going to come up with a lot of ideas. What's the harm in sharing, you know? A lot of artists actually steal ideas. I mean, not in the sense that, maybe some people do, where it's sneaky and they take credit for something that's not really theirs. That's not really cool. But what I mean is gaining inspiration from someone else's work. We all do it. Stealing is maybe not the best word for it, but all artists do it. All zine makers do it. I do it, you know? It's kind of like when painters or people that draw get a reference photo for their ideas, right? They get a reference photo to give them some kind of blueprint or some kind of guide on how to draw the thing they want to draw. That's the same thing with zines. I see zines all the time, or I get ideas for zines by looking at other people's zines, and it's totally okay if you transform that idea into your own version. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm not just trying to say if you see someone's cool zine, just copy it word for word. I've seen people do that where they say they were inspired by my zines, but they just make a complete carbon copy of my zine. Don't do that. Don't do that. You can take these ideas, do with them what you will in your own style, your own personality, and your own way that shines through to make a zine. I hope it'll help you get started. So anyway, without me talking so much about stealing the ideas, let's get to the ideas. So I hope I'm safe in assuming that everybody knows what a photo dump is. And if you don't know, a photo dump is what you do on Instagram, where you just post a bunch of photos from your week or from your month, and that's a way of you just sharing and keeping people up to date with your life. This is an idea I had to do photo dump zines. On my Instagram, I call it photo dump, but make it a zine. And these are a few that I made the past few months. This is from May. This is my most recent one in June. And that's all it is. It's just a photo dump that you can hold. It's a tangible photo dump. What I did is just collage and take a bunch of photos from the month of May, the month of June, and made mini zines for them. This is my favorite one, the May photo dump, and I go in and I talk about my most memorable moments from May. So it starts off with this really cool photo. Someone showed me that they got a tattoo of my banana design. It's from one of my zines. If you're familiar with my zines, you've probably seen it. It's definitely 18 plus. It's not suitable for children, but it is a kinky fruit zine. And as you can see, the banana has a little ball gag. It's really funny. And she was a fan of it and got it tattooed. I thought that was so freaking cool. It's like the way that my zines could reach someone like this, where they tattooed this on their body forever. I thought that was amazing. So that went into the opening of my May photo dump zine. And I think this idea is pretty cool too, because instead of just posting photos, you can go in and write little stories about what the photos mean. You know, it's giving a little bit more context, a little bit more detail, but in a way that's less wordy. Like if you were to make a big long caption on Instagram, I think this is cool. You could just add your own little personal touches. It ends with just a recap of how I ended the month. And I ended the month spending a lot of times with my friends. So this is us playing Uno. And I just stole this picture from my friend Parker's Instagram. He had posted a picture of us candidly playing Uno. And I really liked it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so going into a zine. So I just screenshot it and printed it out. And now it made it into the zine. And then this is me at Zine Fest. I met a lot of cool zine makers. I got to meet a lot of people that said that they watch my videos, which is really awesome. So that's me being all excited next to the sign. So of course I had to make it into the photo dump zine. And here's another zine idea that you can steal. It's just compiling a zine of your favorite texts. So this is a zine me and my sister collaborated on, and it's a zine of our favorite texts from our dad. and we made it for Father's Day, and we gifted it to him, and he really seemed to enjoy it. We titled it, "Why Are You Yelling?" because a lot of his text will just have unnecessary exclamation points and question marks. He's like, "What's up? What are we doing?" And we're like, why are you so excited? Now here's a text from my dad to my sister Calais, and he really wanted her to get out of bed for some reason. She was asking him if he left home yet, and I think he was going on a trip, so she wanted to make sure she said goodbye. And he replies, "I leave tomorrow morning. Now get up!" As you can see, there's a lot of yelling in his text. We thought that was pretty funny, so we were like, hey, let's just compile all of our favorite texts, make it into a zine, and gift it to Dad for Father's Day. So there's another idea you can steal. Here is another really good zine idea that I think a lot of small businesses can do. So if you have your own small business or anything that you kind of want to promote about yourself, you can make a business card zine. So instead of making traditional business cards, I make zines that go with my orders. If you've ordered from my shop, you've definitely gotten this because I give them away for free, and it has all my contact information on it. It's the same size as a business card, but it has a bunch of pages. So here I just introduce myself, I let people know what my pronouns are, what to call me, and where I'm located. And then because I'm most known for my zine work, I just describe the definition of a zine in my own words and kind of let people know how accessible they are and how anybody can make one. And then I end it off with some work samples. So if you're familiar with my work, you probably already know about this stuff, but for people that aren't, I like to give them a little sample of the work I've done. So it shows me with my Mac DeMarco zine that I made for his official fan club back in 2021. I also made a zine for the brand Manic Panic. I've also done some work on my own. This was just, a PBR can design because I like to drink PBR sometimes. And then it ends where you could find me. I think this is a really fun idea. So if you have a small business, you could definitely do this. And I have some resources on my website that show you exactly how I made this. So if you want to check that out, the link will be in the description. Here's another fun one that I did. I think this one would be really fun for you guys to try out. So I didn't know what I was going to make this zine about, so I tried out a filter. It was a Sanrio "Which Character Are You" filter, and then I promised myself that whatever character it landed on, I would make a zine about it. So that's exactly what I did. That's how I got this Kuromi zine to be made. It landed on Kuromi, and then I created this whole fanzine about why I love Kuromi, which is true. I was so glad that it landed on Kuromi because she's one of my favorite Sanrio characters. And then one of my favorite parts of this, which is another idea you can steal, is that when you unfold the entire zine, there's a secret poster on the back. And I drew a picture of Kuromi making a zine, and in the background, all the zine affirmations. I think it's really cute. So if you wanted to have the zine, you could put a poster up, hang it on your wall or something. Obviously more delicately than I'm doing it right now. And here's another zine idea, which I think is very simple and everybody can relate to this, right? I think everybody has a favorite movie, TV show, or something in pop culture or media, right? So one of my favorite Nicolas Cage movies is Raising Arizona. So I decided to make a zine about why you won't regret watching Raising Arizona. So this is perfect for fans of that movie or for someone that has no idea what it's about, because you will find out by reading this zine. This one, I just go in and talk about the movie without spoiling too much. I just give a little synopsis of what it is, and then I go into my favorite scenes, my favorite actors in the movie, and then I end it off with where you can stream Raising Arizona. Another great way to make a zine. So easy. So easy. And I think that these are a great place to start. So them's the breaks, folks. Those are all the zines I wanted to show you, and I hope that you take some of these ideas and incorporate them into your own work. I did notice there at the end that I was showing all mini zines. I just want to let you know that you don't have to only make mini zines. They can be standard size zines as well. A great way to find more inspiration on how to pick a topic for your zine is to just read a lot of zines. read a lot of zines. Read a lot of zines. That way you find out what you like, what you don't like, and then the things that you do enjoy about zines you can incorporate into your own. That's pretty much it. Just steal these ideas and make them your own style. That's all. That's like, I mean, maybe I'm oversimplifying this, but I think that's a great way to start. It's just to see what you like out there and steal that shit. Steal that idea. Make it your own and have fun doing it.